Hi everyone, welcome back to the MNS Cards YouTube channel. My name is Michael, I am a full-time Pokemon seller, and I'm going to talk today about if it's the right time to sell. And that's a really broad subject, and it's not going to be a yes or no answer, and I will just kind of give you my thoughts that I've been kicking around in my head, and you can take them or leave them. And again, it's not going to be a yes or no answer, just some general thoughts on where the market is, where I am personally, and is will not apply directly to you most likely, but they are some things that I think people should be considering right now. So, as everyone knows, the market is red hot right now. Like, things are unbelievably liquid. You list a card at a good price that's desirable, and it sells very quickly. It seems like the market just keeps going up and up. We just had the Illustrator sell for a record 16 point something million dollars, highest ever trading card sale ever. The sets that are coming out of Ascended Heroes, there's not enough product out there. The prices are skyrocketing. There's no product on shelves. The market is just unbelievably hot. And it's a crazy time. I'm unbelievably thankful for it. I think that this market provides a lot of opportunities. There's also a lot of challenges. It's harder to source products, but once you get them in and you get them to where you want to sell them, then yeah, they sell quickly. And I think that people think about it like this is just how it's going to be forever. And unfortunately, I really don't think it is. I think right now the market is the market, and I really don't see it slowing down anytime soon. But to think that this is going to be the way the market is for the next 10, 15, 20 years, and there's going to be no pullbacks, there's not going to be any decrease in liquidity, it's always going to be easy to sell, like, I just don't think that's realistic. And I was going through looking at some of my inventory that I have and thinking, wow, is this something that I need to be selling right now, and it's going to be something that I can buy back later and at a cheaper price. So I was going through all my cards. Like, I've really gotten to the point that I have more than I can really keep track of, and that's not where I want to be. I've accumulated things over the years. Some of it was intentional, where I was grading multiples and holding one back, just saying, okay, like, this is something I'm going to keep in the PSA vault, and, we'll see what happens over time, but I'm going to sell all my duplicates. And then it started to become where I had triplicates, and then I started having 5 of some cards because I thought that it was just a really good hold. And I mean, the prices have gone up on them. One thing that I've talked about in another video was Lugia V PSA 10 Alt Art. I had 5 of those. And actually, I had 6 of those because I had one graded 10 and it was on its way back. So at one point, I held 6 PSA 10 Lugia Vs. And I think it's a great card. Like, it's top chase of Silver Tempest. It's a very popular Pokemon in Lugia, but I did not need to have $6,000 sitting in just one specific card. I've had 5 Sylveon VMAX PSA 10s. I've had 5 Leafeon VMAX PSA 10s. I've had, trying to think, I have multiple PSA 10 Charizard EX from 151, and those are over $1,000 right now. Like, this is just crazy. So I'm trying to figure out, how am I going to handle this? And I'm really at the point that I want to reduce my regret. And I was thinking about, it's like, okay, am I going to regret this more if these go to, just say the Lugia V? Am I going to regret these more if it goes to $2,000 or if it goes to, let's say, $300? And I think that both of those are realistic possibilities. And you might say, oh, there's no way that a PSA 10 Lugia V will go to $300. It's unfortunate, but that is absolutely a chance. There's nothing intrinsic about it holding it up to $1,000 or $800 or $700 or 5 or 3 or 2 or 1. Like, there's a chance that that card just falls out of favor and nobody wants to buy it. There's 20,000 of them. If a whole bunch of them come to market at once, like, that price can absolutely crash. And that's the way it is for a lot of my inventory that I've accumulated over the years. A lot of it is ultra modern graded PSA 10. They're great cards. I really love them, but I really have to come to grips with the fact that there's nothing holding the prices up right now other than market demand. And I don't want to be sitting here and a year, 2 years, or whatever it is, and I see the price of these cards go down 75%. Again, I'm not calling for that, but I think that it is something where it is a possibility, and that's something that I have to weigh. And I'm at a point right now, and I think a lot of people are, that if you've been in this for several years, you've probably seen life-changing money. And things that I've just been throwing to the side and putting in long-term inventory thinking, oh, I'll deal with that later, like it has skyrocketed in value. And it's a little scary, where I think that money should be better spent. And that's where I'm kind of at right now, is I really want to be thinking about, like, what are my goals in life? And my goal in life is to be financially comfortable and provide a wonderful life for my family. And I'm trying to figure out, do I meet that goal by holding this Pokemon and it goes up over the next 5 years, which is absolutely a possibility. And there's a very good chance that it 3, 5, who knows, maybe even 10x's. I think that's kind of crazy, but I would have said that was crazy 5 years ago. And I've seen cards 10x and reach prices that I honestly never thought that I would see. And I mean, you just go back and look at the price graphs from several years ago. Like, everything that is going on right now, I said wouldn't have happened. So it's very possible that what I think these cards will do in the next 5 years, I'm way under what they're going to end up doing, and I'm going to miss out. But I'm at the point that I want to be able to set myself up for the long term. I plan on being a Pokemon seller as long as I possibly can. And the sad thing is that I don't think that I achieved that goal by holding this much Pokemon. Right now, my wife and I, we are completely debt free except for our mortgage. And I'm really leaning towards, I want to get this mortgage paid off. And it is tough because anyone that does this as a business knows, and even if you're an individual doing this, it is very expensive tax wise to take a large chunk of money out of your business and pay income tax on it and self-employment tax, and like it's just very expensive. But I have a big life event coming up later this year, and I think having less debt will just put me in a much better position. And if I got to the point where I didn't have to worry about making a mortgage payment every month, where it wasn't principal and interest, it was just property taxes and insurance, like that would free up so much money for my wife and I and just give us more freedom. And I think that right now Pokemon it feels like anyone who's been in it for the last 5 years and has any amount of product has just hit the lottery. And I don't know if this will happen again. I'm sure that people that were here in 2016 and then 2020 and now 2025, like they've hit the lottery over and over and over again. And they've probably been blown away by how much that their Pokemon has increased in value. And I mean, I'm at that point now where I got back in 2020. I've gone through the slump of 2022, 2023, and then everything that I've held on to has just hit prices that I did not think would be possible. And I'm thinking out loud, and I just want to set my family up for the future. So what I'm going to really be doing now is I'm going to be starting to sell more and more of my slabs. I think that the ultra modern market is red hot right now, and I want to get some of that money out. And who knows, I take it out and there's a very good chance that these cards will double, triple, quadruple, 10x in price in the next few years. I'm totally open to that. But I think me as someone operating a business, I think that I will be able to take advantage of that. And there's a chance that I won't be able to capture all of those gains over the time. But I do think that as someone who is constantly buying and selling in the market, I will be able to capture those gains as cards increase in price. Like I constantly have a backlog at PSA. Right now it's about 600 cards. So if the market increases over the next few months, like I already have those cards locked up for months, and there's a chance that when they come back, their prices are higher than when I sent them, and that's great. There's also a chance that the prices go down over time, and that's a risk too, but that's just part of being a business in the market. But I don't necessarily want to be a long-term investor in this many ultra-modern and modern slabs. Like, a lot of it is Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, and I'm starting to get some Mega Evolution slabs. But the pops are just so high that it makes me nervous that we're going to wake up one day and all these slabs are going to be cut in half. And I would have thought, wow, I had such an opportunity to really change my life and set my family up for the future in the long run by just getting completely out of debt. And if I don't take advantage of that, I think that that would be my biggest regret. I'm okay with missing some of the upside if I limit my downside to where my family and I are financially comfortable. And at the end of the day, all of this really is just cardboard. And it's fun. It's a hobby. I love it. Like, I love Pokemon. Like I said, I will be here for years and years, hopefully, selling and being someone who's participating in the hobby and enjoying the cards. But we're at a point that the opportunity is so great that don't take it lightly. Like, this market is amazing, and really take stock of what your goals are in life and if this is the time to be selling. And for me, I think it is a time where I want to start selling more and more of what I've accumulated over the years. Honestly, I'm going to keep the majority of my sealed product. I have booster boxes and just other sealed products stored away, and they are from Sword and Shield. I have some like Hidden Fates loose packs from Sun and Moon, but mostly Sword and Shield sealed product, some Scarlet and Violet sealed product. 151 was a great buy, and I believe in those long term. So honestly, on sealed product, I'm going to be holding off on getting that. I have it stored away. It's hard for me to get to. It's off location. So things like that where it's a little bit harder for me to sell, I think that's a good thing. I think sealed product over time is going to be a more stable growth than sealed, but I mean, there's also just the risk with sealed product. I think everyone on YouTube knows that Dean just had his home broken into, and that's terrifying. And that's why I think more and more people are not showing product. Like, as you can see behind me, there is no sealed product. I very rarely will show product on screen, and a lot of that is because it's not here, and some of it has to do with just security and just really I think it's also a sign of how expensive everything's gotten that people are willing to risk breaking into homes to steal Pokemon product, and that's crazy, but that's just a sign of the market. I think that's just another indication of how red hot things are. So that's another reason that I'm considering selling is anytime that you store product, there's risk, and I just want to have less risk in my life at this point with me and my family. So yeah, I'm going to have less and less product around me, and a lot of it's going to be sold through my eBay and through consignment services, and I really have the goal of having my mortgage paid off hopefully in the next 2 to 3 years. I really need to sit down and crunch the numbers. Being completely open, my mortgage is about $187,000 right now. I don't want to pull out $187,000 in a year from the business because the taxes on that are just so astronomically high. Like, it makes more sense for me to spread it out over a couple of years. But it's also the time, like, I don't know if this market's going to be here over the next couple of years. Like, I have enough product where I could make a phone call and get that amount of money in probably a month, and I could have my house paid off. And like, that is just a crazy feeling. I'm at the point that I just don't know if that's going to be around forever. So I'm over the next few months, I'm going to be selling more and more and more, taking cash, paying down the house. And like, it's just going to be one of those things that it's going to be hard to let this product go, and I'm going to have less and less product around me. And it's unfortunate, but I think that just with security and just making sure that my family is set up for the long run, like, it's something that I think I have to do. It's a little bittersweet. I love the cards that I've accumulated over the past few months, years, and some of them I'll definitely hold on to for the long term. Like, I have a childhood binder that is going to go with me to the grave. Hopefully it lasts that long and doesn't get destroyed by water or weather or whatever. But like, my personal collection is going to be going to down to almost nothing, and very, very bittersweet. But again, like, my goals in life right now are to set my family up for the future, and I want them to be taken care of. And that is just kind of where we are right now. And I think we all are at different phases in our life. If you're at the point where you think that you want to be accumulating, more power to you. I was at that point. I loved it. That was such a fun stage. Anytime you get something, you're like, oh my God, I got this card in, I get to put it back and I'm going to enjoy it. And yeah, I'm going to miss a lot of that. I don't know what my collecting will look like over the next few years. It's probably going to be mostly centered around filling out binder sets. I have some WotC sets that I still need to continue to fill out, and maybe I'll show those on here at some point. And yeah, just holding less and less slabs, probably holding more sealed, getting sealed into a secure location where I don't have to worry about a lot of the risks that come with holding it. So yeah, just an interesting time, but what I really want to leave you with is really set your goals for what you want in life, and has your Pokemon collection allowed you to reach those goals? And if it has, really considering like this is just cardboard. It's a lot of fun. You can still be in the hobby if you don't have the biggest collection, you don't have the most inventory, you're selling things. Like all of those are really healthy things to be doing in this hobby. And anyone who has been here a long time, like they'll tell you, like once you start to sell things, it gets a little bit easier. Really hold on to the things that are important to you, but also look at some of the opportunities that you have and take advantage of them, because I really don't think this market's going to be here forever. And so I hope you appreciated my rambling. So let me know in the comments, like, what are your goals over the next few weeks, months, years? I'm really curious to hear it. I'd love to hear it. I'm always interested to see where people are in their journey as a collector, as a business, as someone just in the hobby. So yeah, let me know in the comments. But with that, I've got things to do. I'm sure you do too. So get after it and have a good one.